The Opel Kadett B, produced from 1965 to 1973, was a compact car that played a significant role in Opel's automotive history, building upon the success of its predecessor, the Kadett A, which was made for hundreds of thousands of times. The Kadett B offered a bigger range of body styles, engine options and features that appealed to a broader audience. The Kadett B was available in several body styles to cater to diverse customer preferences. You had the sedan, offered in both 2 and 4-door configurations, the fastback, offered as well in both 2 and 4-door configurations, and these kind of were sedans but had a higher trunk with a more sleek sloping tail. You had the coupe, being available in 2 different types of coupes, although always being a 2-door. Options were either a so-called Kiemen coupe, which indicated the vents on the rear side to the Gill's fish half, and the normal 2-door coupe with a completely different roof. The sporty 2-door coupe featured a sleek roofline and was designed for those seeking a more dynamic appearance. And, just like in the Kadett A, you also had the Caravan, the station wagon variant, known as the Caravan, offered increased cargo space, making it suitable for families and those needing extra storage capacity. This time not only a 3-door Caravan was available, but also a 5-door Caravan, although still being very rare. The Kadett B came with a lot of engine options, many more than the 2 that were available in the Kadett A, which both were 1-liter engines. All of these engines were offering a balance between fuel efficiency and performance. The smallest engine was increased from 1 liter to 1.1 liter, but specification-wise it was very similar. The 1.1 liter engines were available throughout its whole production run between 1965 and 1973, and the lineup started with the 1.1 liter with normal petrol, producing 45 horsepower and 81 Nm of torque, giving the car a top speed of 130 km an hour, all within a 0 to 100 time of 20 seconds. Fuel consumption wise it wasn't that great, at an average of 8.1 liters per 100 kilometers, and it was followed up by the 1.1S, which was an 1100 super petrol engine producing 50 or 55 horsepower and 85 Nm of torque, giving the car a higher top speed of 138 km an hour and also a better 0 to 100 time of 18 seconds, all with a lower fuel consumption of 8 liters per 100 kilometers. The 1.1 liter was followed up by the 1.2 liter engine produced between 1971 and 1973, producing 60 horsepower and 96 Nm of torque, all while having a higher top speed than the 1.1 liter with 142 km an hour, and the 0 to 100 time also was better at around 17 seconds. The fuel consumption of this was around 8.2 liters per 100 kilometers. You also had a 1.5 liter engine produced between 1968 and 1973, so in a later phase of the Kadett B. This produced a modest 65 horsepower and 118 Nm of torque, giving the car a top speed of 152 km an hour and having a 0 to 100 time of a very decent 15.1 seconds, all while still maintaining an average fuel consumption of approximately 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. This engine was actually the most modest engine. For the normal cars, you also had the bigger 1.7S with 85 horsepower and 137 Nm of torque, giving the car a very good top speed of 160 km an hour and a 0 to 100 time of 13.5 seconds, although the fuel consumption was a bit higher at around 9 liters per 100 kilometers. You also had the 1.9, which actually only was available in the Rallye model between 1966 and 1973. Up until 1970 you had the 90 horsepower option, but after 1970 you had a 102 horsepower option available as well. The 1.9S had 90 horsepower, 153 Nm of torque and a top speed of 168 km an hour. The 0 to 100 time also was very decent at 12.3 seconds, and the average fuel consumption was 10.4 liters per 100 kilometers. You also had the more powerful 102 horsepower, which was a 1.9H, available between 1970 and 1973, producing 102 horsepower, 164 Nm of torque and a top speed of approximately 172 km an hour. Also the 0 to 100 time was much better at 9.8 seconds, and fuel consumption wise it was less fuel efficient at 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers. The Kadett B's design emphasized simplicity and functionality. Exterior-wise, the car featured clean lines with minimal ornamentation. The front end was characterized by straightforward grille and round headlights, while the rear showcased simple taillights. The overall design was practical, reflecting the automotive trends of the area, and the front end actually looked a lot like the LS version of the Kadett A. Interior-wise, the Kadett B offered a straightforward dashboard layout with easy-to-read gauges and controls. Seating was designed for comfort, accommodating up to 5 passengers. Some of the unique and notable special versions of the Kadett B were, for example, the Rallye model. This variant was available with a lot of different engines, such as the smaller engines, but also could be featured with the most powerful 1.9 liter with 102 horsepower. No other model could be fitted with. It also featured sportier suspension tuning and distinctive exterior graphics, including a matte black hood and unique striping. It was designed to appeal to driving enthusiasts and participated in various motorsport events. You also had the Opel Kadett B SR, which was a sportier version on the standard Kadett B, designed for drivers who wanted more performance and a more dynamic driving experience, introduced in 1967. The Kadett SR was available in coupe and fastback body styles, setting it itself apart with upgraded features, more powerful engines and a more aggressive look, as for example the 1.1 also was available in the Kadett SR, but with 65 horsepower instead of 55. In the late 1960s, as American car buyers began showing interest in smaller, more fuel-efficient cars, Opel introduced the Kadett B to the US market. Sold through Buick dealerships under the Opel brand, the Kadett B arrived in 1966 and remained available until 1972, which it was actually succeeded by the Kadett C, called the Kadett or Opel 1900. Despite facing tough competition from domestic compact cars like the Chevrolet Vega and the Ford Pinto, as well as imports like the Volkswagen Beetle and Datsun 510, the Kadett B found a niche audience. It was marketed as reliable and an affordable European alternative, praised for its simplicity, durability and solid engineering. During its time in the US, the Kadett B was offered in sedan, coupe, wagon and fastback versions, and American buyers had access to several engine options, including a 1.1 liter with 45 and 55 horsepower, the 1.5 liter with 80 horsepower, and the 1.9 liter with either 90 horsepower or the 102 horsepower H version, which was the most powerful available in the US and also in Europe. The 1.9 liter engine was particularly favored by buyers looking for more performance, and it made the Kadett Rallye model a desirable choice. Opel sold approximately a lot of units. I could find only one figure that said 200,000, although I couldn't find any more sources actually explaining this figure to me. However, with changing market demands and rising competition, Opel eventually, as earlier said, replaced the Kadett B with the Opel 1900, which was the Kadett C based in 1973. The Kadett B was a commercial success for Opel, with over 2.6 million units produced during its 8-year production run. Its popularity was due to its versatility, reliability and variety of configurations available to the consumers. It was also somewhat uncomparable to the sizes and choices you had for the Kadett A, as the Kadett B was much larger, although being in the same segment, with a length of at least 25 centimeters more at 4.1 meters up to 4.18 meters, while also being much heavier in most cases of almost up to 240 kilograms heavier than a Kadett A at 915 kilograms, while the latest Kadett A had a weight of 675 kilograms. It actually just wasn't comparable to the Kadett A, which actually is quite interesting. Competition-wise, during its production period, the Kadett B faced competition from several other compact cars. For example, the Ford Escort, which was a popular car known for its performance and handling, as well as the less powerful Volkswagen Beetle, which was overall just an iconic car with a distinctive design and widespread appeal, as well as the French Renault 8, a French compact car offering a comfortable ride and practical features. And predecessor and successor wise, the Kadett B succeeded the Kadett A, which was Opel's initial post-war offering for the compact market. And successor wise, the Kadett B was followed up by the Kadett C in 1973, which continued Opel's tradition of producing compact cars and introduced further advancements in design and technology. Thanks for watching this video. To be able to upload more videos in the future, please consider becoming a member on my channel or sending a super thanks on this video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out this playlist with many interesting videos covering various parts of the automotive industry, and I will see you in the next video.